What's up, family? Trying to juggle here. Might have to move this too. I might be a little too bright. We'll play with it for a second. Let me see. This is so I can see you guys, all right? And it wouldn't take the dang on picture. All right, there we go. Let me just turn it off to the side. When I move out the way, you can see my yard, can't you? Yeah, okay. How y'all doing? What's up, Turf? What's going on, everybody? It's good to see everybody in the house. Let me see. Mr. Jockey. This is I'm gonna get right into it because I know some of y'all is at work. I'm off today. Thank you, God. I know some of y'all is at work. Hey, Frugal Nurse. Frugal Nurse, can you do me a favor? Frugal Nurse Homestead, can you email me at leofarmer73@yahoo.com? Can you email me, please? I got a couple questions I would like to ask you. All right? On the sidebar. Thank you very much. Let me see. Hey, everybody. Good to see you. See the addicts. I'm going to do this. Our video was cut off, even though it was a long video. I think I know why I cut off. Family, it was at 3 hours exactly, and YouTube was like, that's enough. I get it. But I'm going to start this video with what I was trying to say at the very end of the last video was this, because I meant it. And trust me, it was welled up inside me. I hated that it cut off, which is this. I was saying, for anybody that didn't watch that video, I was saying, even though we have first responders, and I'm not taking any credit away from any first responder that helped out in every tragedy that we had from 9/11 to Hurricane Katrina and every other one that we've had, I was saying that it's your responsibility as well to be ready to take care of yourself. It's your responsibility. They're our backup. We can't expect them to do everything. We can't blame them for everything that goes wrong in your life when you call them and they can't be there, you know, Johnny on the spot. That's your responsibility. And what I was saying in that last video, with that being said, the one first responder that was never spoke about, the one responder, they've had a couple of reports on them here and there that were very few and in between, but they're the ones that truly saved the day. And the people, the real true first responders that really saved the day was your neighbor. I said that at the end of the last video, and I had to get this out. So that's why I'm starting this and making sure that it's being said, because I'm giving as much recognition as I can get with the platform that I have. Your neighbor was the one that saved your life. Okay? The rescue squad and the police and the firemen and the helicopters and that stuff came next. But your neighbor was the first true, real first responder to you. The neighbor that you can't stand because he has a kayak in his yard. The neighbor that you think he has too many canoes in his yard. The neighbor that you think there's a problem because he won't take tents out of his yard. The neighbor that has chickens. The neighbor that has gardens in an HOA area. He's the one that saved your tailbone, because he helped feed you after the tragedy. He helped clothe you, and he helped shelter you. When them stadiums couldn't take no more people, he had extra tents. He had extra food. He had extra shelter. He had extra tarps, and he had medication. So I wanted to start this video by giving a salute to the real first responders before the other first responders came. That one first responder that wasn't on the news was your neighbor. The neighbor that prepped, the neighbor that stayed ready, the neighbor that just didn't prep for himself, the neighbor that prepped for you too. He prepped for himself, your mama, your daddy, his family, her family. That prepper prepped not just for themselves, they prepped for everybody in their community. Okay? So I wanted to go there because I was feeling real passionate. I was hating that they cut me off the other night, but I get it. 3 hours, family. That was a long video. We had fun, though. Your neighbors that's getting prepared, you're supposed to become one of those neighbors. Now, to each his own. I can't understand for the life of me who would want to live in an HOA area, neighborhood. To each his own. I'm not knocking you. But I've never been able to understand. You already paying the government. You already paying your taxes. You already paying for your house. You already paying for home insurance. You already paying for all of this stuff to live on this land and live in this house. And now you want to pay another whole entity, another whole club. You want to pay them to tell you what to do? You want to pay them to tell you what you can and cannot do on the land that you purchased, that you're paying taxes on, you paying insurance on, you paying. I don't get it. To each his own if that's what you like to do and that's what you want to do. I understand part of the HOA. Part of the HOA is to keep out the people that want to park their 1971 Volkswagen Beetle all over the grass and work on it and remove engines in and outside right there. Yeah, I get that part. But when you start telling me what color house I can paint and I can't paint my house a certain color and, you know, my car shouldn't be parked on, your car need to be all the way up in your driveway and stuff like that. Can't be no oil stains in your driveway. That's a dictatorship, folks. Just putting it there. That's not a HOA. It was put there to keep out troublemakers with people wanting to turn their front yard into a junkyard. Not to keep out the people that don't want lawn and just want a garden. They tell you, yeah, you can garden in the back, but it got to be 4 feet by 6 feet, and it need to be close, tucked up to your house. Let me move this. My light is jumping around. That's when I have a problem. So, to each his own. But if you ask me, that's a dictatorship. And you're paying them to do it. That's the part that kicked me square in the jump. You're paying people to tell you what you can and cannot do. Now, mind you, you ain't paying any specialists. You didn't pay anybody that went to school for said situation. You paying the neighbor that lived down the street that probably beat his wife, and now he gonna come and tell you what you can't be doing in your yard. To each his own. I'm sorry. I will never. When we purchased this home, really when I've purchased any home I've ever purchased, if it even so much remotely said the word HOA in it, I'm looking the other way. We passed up on acreage. Acreage. Not this little 2 acres I got. I'm talking about, it was one place, 5 acres. 5 acres. Big, beautiful home. It wasn't like this. Mine is a fixer-upper, as you can see. That house that we was, it was already done, finished, move-in ready, new appliances, everything came with it. HOA. We both looked at each other like, we was like, oh. Are you sure it's HOA? Is that what it really means? Yeah. No. That's a no. I don't care how beautiful it is. I'm not going to pay hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars to buy a house just so to pay somebody else some money so they can come and tell me what to do. That's insane. So, off of that subject, I just want to let you know, and I want to give a salute to all of the neighbors that stayed prepped up and stayed ready through every horrible situation that we've ever been through. Because besides the firemen, besides the police officers, you got to remember the people that didn't have on no uniform that pulled other people out of the rubble. They didn't have on no uniform. You know what you kept seeing, and they just wasn't applauded well enough for me. This one sticks in my head the most. During Hurricane Katrina, I was living in Atlanta when that happened. And it was a guy wading through the water, chest high, wading through the sewage with an old lady in his, on you can look back at the footage and find it, on his air mattress. He had an air mattress he was using as a flotation device to save this old lady that couldn't do nothing. She would be dead if he wasn't floating her on his air mattress. That one sticks in my head the worst or the best, because all I saw in those times, I saw a bunch of helicopters. And I saw a bunch of firemen and police putting up barricades and barriers and directing people where to go. But the people that was, I'm going to say it, that was deep, knee deep in the funk, that I did that without cursing. I wanted to curse. Was your neighbor. Was the unsung hero, was your neighbor. And he would know the microphone was not on him. They didn't want to ask him any questions. They wanted to ask the police. They wanted to ask the firemen. They wanted to ask the generals. They didn't want to talk to Willie. So this is going out to you. I salute you. So I want to, with that being said, I want us all to become Willie. I want us all, when something else, and it will happen again, to all be ready to help our brothers and sisters and our neighbors. I don't want to be the one stuck on the roof waiting on a helicopter. I want to be the one drifting down Main Street on top of a air top pillow, or one of these air mattresses, or in a canoe, or hanging on to a doggone swimming pool noodle. I want to be Willie. I don't get me wrong, and again, all of my salutes go out to the first responders, firemen, police officers, and everybody and soldiers that took care of that situation. But do not forget Willie. Please. Because Willie was down in that messed up water with gators and dead bodies and everything else floating in that water. Okay. My goal here today, this morning, was to, because I'm always running my mouth, was to ask you guys what question. That was the end of the video I did prior. I had to get that out because it's still been built up inside of me ever since we did the video. Snakes, right. Branches and trees up under the water, just whipping people's legs from up under them. You don't see a big, gigantic tree under 7-8 feet of water take you out. So, never forget Willie. I want to be Willie, okay? Or Virgil. I had to do that for my Louisiana folks. So, I'm going to ask you guys, please, right now, questions, let them fly. I'm going to answer one real quick. Email, a young lady asked me, does the Bouge RV refrigerator freezer, does it freeze meat or just water? Oh, you come on back.
I need your health card information.
My wallet is in my pants pocket, work pants. What was I saying? She throwed me off. She came down here looking all pretty. That messed me up. Work pants right there. They should be right there. Or did I hang them up in the closet? Because I know there's time for me to put them in the laundry. Real life go on, right? So I wanted questions from you. Here's the deal. It's a freezer refrigerator. It's a real true to life freezer refrigerator. Yes, it freezes meat. And I did something just to show you. Here, I did this after I read that email. What you're looking at there is when we have eggs, we crack them. Lady Led does this. She cracks them, puts them in muffin pans, and freezes an egg solid. And then we put all of the eggs, flip them out of the muffin pan, and bag them up. So we always have fresh eggs from our garden, from our yard, okay? So here, I can't, frozen eggs. They've been in here overnight. Frozen. So, that, I put in some salmon, just to show you. And we're at 30 degrees. Yes, and some butter. And here's the ice for you, if you don't want to believe that. Ice on my fingertips. It's a refrigerator or a freezer. You can make this temperature whatever you want it to be. And yes, that's Lady Led's idea. She's a beast. I told y'all, don't let that pretty face fool you. That's my little pretty prepper. On Amazon, Natalie. So I wanted to answer that. And now I want to answer the other question, which is the Blue Eddy. It's now day 5. Sunday morning, I've had this Bouge RV freezer running off of it and the little heater and charging my phones and stuff for 5 days. And it only went to 2 bars. I got a video that I'm about to release with all of my experiments that I did just to show you guys. Smug ain't no joke. It only went to 2 bars. I still have 40% of energy left after 5 solid days. This time I'm going to put the link to the freezer below, or I'll be answering that 1 billion times. I'm going to put the link to everything I'm talking about today below, or I'll be answering it 1,000 times. So hang out, okay? Wait till the system cycles after it goes off, and all the links should be up. The Blue Eddy is still going. Which I don't want to talk about it too much because I don't want y'all to hear all the experiments. I just plugged it back up to the solar panel just now. Literally 30 minutes ago. And it's already at 3 bars. Let me so you can see that better. 30 minutes ago. Maybe 45 minutes. I'm trying to be as transparent as I possibly can because I want people, if you plan on buying any of this stuff, I want you to know and see what I'm doing. Okay, I want you to see exactly what I'm doing so you can say, and I can take the blame. Well, Led said this with his. We don't know them scientist dudes. You know me. So you can, I'm just showing you what I'm doing firsthand. I even told my brother, I said, man, I'm sorry for bugging you. But I'm just trying to show you everything I know so we don't miss a beat. Okay, so, all right. Let them questions roll, family. And before you go, all of the stuff that we talking about, I'm going to put the links in below. Janice says, were those raw eggs she froze? Yes, raw eggs, fresh out of our chicken coop. She just cracked them in a... I'm going to show you because I thought it was ingenious. She's freaking brilliant. Hold on. I'm going to show you. See if I can find them quick. Yeah, here we go. She put them in to make it easy, to make it really easy, she put them in these silicone muffin pans. And then when they was froze, she just plopped them out with her thumb like that. They plopped out in a perfect circle like one of these restaurants. Excellent idea. And somebody said, what watt is that? Get silicone muffin or cupcake molds. Right, that's what she did. How many watts is it? How many watts is what? Because this is running off of 12 volts. This is plugged into the cigarette lighter on here. Can you believe that? So it can run in your car. It comes with 2 wires. It comes with one that you can plug into the wall. But as an experiment, I had it plugged in a 12 volt so far for 5 days. You can't beat that. For 30 quarts, so I got food and drink over here. Yes, my baby is a genius. Y'all see why I love her? She ain't just pretty. That ain't all hair. That's a brain up under that pretty hair. Let me see. Homestead Heart has a video on freezing eggs. Yeah, she do. Anyone instead in Bluetti, I must be doing something wrong. Anyone instead, I think you mean interested in Bluetti AC200. It went on sale yesterday. It's for $16. Okay. What do you think about portable Ktore pedal charger generator as a back charging system? I'm going to say this. Literally, family, there are hundreds of different brand names. I have not dealt with those. I don't want to sit here and lie to you. I've done a little research on a little bit of them, but once I find out there's hundreds, I cannot do research on hundreds of different items. I'm sticking to what I know. I'm not saying all of these other brands are bad. Somebody keep talking about this Eco Flow or something like that. And then I hear about it's another one too. Oh, y'all can give them to me. All these other names that I have not dealt with. And I'm just going with, you know what's on, Rock Pals. Rock Pals is one of them that I've been doing a little bit more research on because it's in the running with the Bluetti and the Jackery and the Yeti. So, what your number one preps must have. We're going to do a whole video on that because that's going to take some time. We're going to do, that's going to be the bug out bag video, your must haves. And I'm going to have my brother Turf Therapy and my other brother Sapper Gardner help me on that. And we're going to do a whole video on things that we have in our bags. We have in our bags before we run up out this door. So we're all gonna do that together. And I want to do it right. And the reason I picked those 2 gentlemen right there, those are 2 soldiers. Those are 2 real true U.S. military soldiers. And so you hearing it straight from the horse's mouth, okay? So those guys right there, they're living it or have lived it. What's up, Jay Patton? Done a man says, I'm still on the Gulf. See, there you go. What is the exact name of the car charger connector? Car charger connector for the Bluetti. It came with the Bluetti. You just said it. Sometime you guys, I'm gonna stop you real quick. I'm gonna need you to use a little common sense. If you type in car charger for the Bluetti 1500, you know the item gonna pop up. All right. So I want to get some real hard hitting questions right there. That's some stuff that you know Google got your back on that. Can I get a cutting of your Smith Red Blood Orange tree? Yes, in 6 years. Is there a way to store gasoline safely in case of an emergency? No, there is not. And I'm going to say that because there is not a safe way to store gasoline. I'm going to tell you how I store it, and I'm not condoning you do it. which is I have all of my fuel in containers, but I always use my fuel. I use it in my lawnmowers, my trimmers, everything I use gasoline for. I constantly cycle it out, constantly using it, constantly using it. So it just sitting around and collecting fumes or getting old and stale. No, I don't do that. So that's how I do it. Not saying it's safe. I just cycle all of mine constantly. If you leave it sitting, you're going to have a problem. Can water be stored for long periods of time after filtering? Yes, it can, but you still have to maintain it. Like you may have to put a little drop of bleach or chlorine in it just in case and still boil it before you drink it. You don't know what's around the rim of that cap when you could put it on. People don't think about that. You take the cap off of this honey, right? You take that ring off, you set that down, all kind of stuff just jumped up in there. You can't see it, but if you sit it back on this honey and it's eating all that sweet goodness, whatever bacteria jumped on there, it's eating all that sweet goodness. Then you open this up maybe months later and watch how the inside of that is black. That's something in there living. So again, you still want to make sure that it's safe. If you just don't say, well, Led said it's safe, and then again, do your own research. Sandra said the Blue Eddy 2400 watt is on sale for $18.99 right now. Led, we bought the Bourgeois V53 quart. Can't wait to get it. See, I wanted that one, and I had it stored, but it was a little too big for what I'm trying to do. Be a little generous with them persimmons when we come back around. Okay, got you, Truth, right, always. The Artistic Kitchen, how you doing today? Said, received my Miwa Kumquat and my blood orange plants from Logi's yesterday. All right, congratulations. You won't be sorry. Either one. Either one. What kind of problem will you have because my fuel has been sitting? I would suggest you burn that fuel out in something that really consumes a lot of fuel. If I ain't gonna say put this in no Mercedes or no BMW, okay? But I would put that old fuel in a car, a lawnmower or something, and burn it out. Put it in your tractor, your lawnmower tractor, burn all that old gas out, and hopefully it don't stutter and stumble. You may need to add some additives to it, like some Stay-Bil or something, and run that old gas and go. You never let fuel sit long. Not gasoline. Diesel you can, not gasoline. Let me see. Dunham man said, I've been so comfortable with my gas generator during these past hurricane seasons. I want to buy an alternative for looking at your videos. I'm going to say this. There's a place for gasoline and there's a place for electric. Electric, if you're a soldier, you know, this will keep your life safe. Safer than a gun. Stealth and quiet will save your life faster than a firearm will. So, electric, if you live in an apartment. Electric, if you're trying to stay quiet. Electric, gas gives you that power. Gasoline gives you that hardcore power that you need in a smaller package. But it can be noisy, and then you have to worry about fuel. Gasoline or diesel or propane. This is being charged by the same thing I'm being charged off of. This is being charged off the same thing my ancestors was charged off of. This is being charged off the same thing that makes this garden grow. That's where I could not let that slip through my fingers. Solar power, the sun? It's not even a competition. It's not even a question. I'm living off of the same power that powers me. It ain't no cleaner energy than that. Using this and the sun, I'm actually helping the world instead of burning it. Because I don't care how efficient your gas generator is, It's letting off methane. It's letting off fuel. If you run your gas generator in the garage, guess what? You ain't gonna wake up. You will wake up next to the Father, asking him what happened. Okay, but this been running in my house for 5 solid days. Quiet as a mouse. Listen, all you hear is you can hear the birds outside better. You can hear this compressor on the freezer. The Blue Eddy generator ain't making not one single sound. Let me get back in here and answer some more questions, because I don't want to run my mouth today. I want some questions so we can all try to answer. What is a long time for gas storage? That's completely up to your area. If you got it sitting out in a hot, baking hot garage, or you got it sitting out in some freezing cold, you got to know a little bit of science, the basics of science. If you have gasoline sitting in different temperatures, just like it's harder to start your car when you live up north, because that gas is raw. Your engine works off of vapors. People, I don't know why people think it works off of you pouring gas down on something. Your engine works on fuel vapors. So that's why you have O2 sensors, okay? Because your engine is mixing oxygen and gasoline. I'm buffering, mixing oxygen and gasoline to give off the perfect vapor to make your spark plug ignite it and move your piston like this, up and down. So once you got your pistons going, your pistons is doing this, turning your engine, turning your wheels. Vapor. So in the cold, it don't vaporize very well. You're putting raw fuel. That's why it's easy to flood your engine. It's easy to flood your engine in colder weather. Where in warmer weather, the car start right up. And sometimes the air mixture is too much and you're getting more oxygen and more vapors than you're getting fuel, and that makes it harder to start. So it just depends on your area, okay? I can't how long is it to store? It just depends on where you are and what you're doing and how long you're storing it and where you're storing it. All of that is super important. There is no set regulation of time or space for that. You got to use a little bit of self-judgment on that. That's right, them Grove. Just a bunch of little explosions. All your car, you're driving a little baby bomb. That's what you're really driving. People don't even realize it. How do I grow a lemon plant in my apartment? You just answered that for yourself, Sheila. You just grow it. You get the plant, put it in the pot, and leave it in your apartment, put it in the window. Super simple. It's not as easy as they trying to make it sound. I mean, not as hard as they trying to make it sound. No, I ain't no teacher. Not even close. She's a certified master teacher, master of education. Me, I ain't got the patience. Plus, you know what? I'm gonna tell you something about teaching. Some people just like to feel important. There are people here on YouTube that they want to be a teacher so bad. They want the accolades of saying that they're a master gardener or master teacher or they want that. I don't, because I'm not, nothing I do is orthodox, nothing. You know, all I'm gonna say, man, grab this here, plant this here, put a little water on that sucker, man, put a little poop on there, walk away. And I don't feel like I taught nobody nothing, because I'm not gonna get into the science of it because I don't know it myself, nor do I care. Long as this tree keep growing and it keep giving me food, I'm gonna keep doing what I do. But all that, I'm a master gardener and a master beekeeper, I never claimed to have done none of that nonsense. Because it ain't always necessary. You know what? I'm gonna flip real quick. I'm gonna get back on subject. You know who's really running the world right now? The people that's really surviving throughout this mess that we in. People that have trade skills that they learned along the way. You know who end up losing their jobs? Everybody that went to some sort of college and got taught and trained. Those are the people that's losing their jobs right now. The people that have been working on cars their whole life and ain't never been to school for it. Electricians, welders, carpenters. None of these people been to school for it. They uncle taught them. They daddy taught them. You worked in your daddy's welding shop. Those people are the people that's keeping this country afloat right now. And now all the people that used to have jobs that was talking about some, we ain't paying the welfare people, we ain't paying the people with no jobs, they're the ones in line waiting on a check. So before people go talking about some, we ain't gonna be paying the unfortunate because they need to get a job, go get a real job, you gotta ask yourself, define a real job, because those skilled tradesmen out there is the ones keeping this place afloat. There is no use for everybody else's office job right now at this time. Got to give credit where credit is due. Okay, who's looking for the check now, Mr. CEO? Okay, all right, back on it. I said I wasn't going to veer off long. I'm still waiting. I'm still hitting questions. We answering each other's question too, and don't feel like I need to answer your question. Somebody else can answer it too. Let me see. What would be the best to run your sink pump? Your sink pump? Solar or gas? What's a sink pump? Sump pump, you mean? That's totally up to you. That's totally up to you. Now, if you have a sump pump constantly running, you might want to go with gas. But if you just need your pump running when you need to take a shower or this or that, it's things you need to think about. It depends on your usage. I would go with gas for that because that's neither here nor there. I would go with just gas for that. My husband is a body man still working. Can't get him to stop to take a break. That's right. That's right. Just got a peach tree. Can I fertilize it the same as a lemon tree? It depends. Is your peach tree a bare root tree? Is your peach tree in a container with soil around it? Is your peach tree in a container? Do you plan on putting it in a container? Do your peach tree plan on going in the ground? All of that matters. 9 times out of 10, you shouldn't be fertilizing it no matter what. And I'm going to tell you why. Number one, if you fertilizing it because it come with soil in a container, listen, I got you, chill. If it's coming in a container with soil, right? They've already put fertilizer in that tree before it got to the store or wherever you bought it from. Leave it alone. Just get it planted and leave it alone. If it's a bare root tree, you don't want to fertilize it again because you're going to burn those roots up. So just plant it and leave it alone for a while. Let it get established. Then start talking about feeding it. Okay? And if you're going to give it anything, make it something super light, super duper light, something organic, like 511, Linda's 511, fish emotion, something that's simple. It's going to stink to high heaven, but they give it a little something. Oh, and here's another one. Grafting, Dun said, Led, you're on your way to humble. Grafting is science. No. Speaking of grafting, I'm going to make an announcement. We only in here 30 minutes. I'm going to make a quick announcement. But everybody need to go out and cut a branch off of any tree. I don't care. A branch about the size of a pencil, ink pen or a pencil. Because we're going to do grafting this weekend. I got some grafting to do, and I'm going to take you with me. But before I take you with me on the real grafting that I have to do, I want to show you how I do it. So you get an idea when the camera ain't focused properly exactly what I'm doing. And how you can get more trees on your land. Okay? Thank you, David the Good. What's up, my friend? Thank you so much money. Thank you so much money. Thank you Thank you so much, brother, man. I'm always over there checking you out, too. It's good to see you in here. Everybody, David the Good is in the house. How you doing, man? Say, here's some money. Thank you for getting people to grow food. 2 green thumbs up. 2 green thumbs up to you, too, man. I said, thank you so much money. Thank you. David the Good is in the house, everybody. Everybody go over there and check my friend out over there. I've been watching you for years, man. Before you even moved, I was watching you. Good to see you. Guava. That's a trip. Let me see. Mr. Led, look, I'm smiling from ear to ear. My man is in the house. Let me see. Thank you, Danny Fuller. Says, I appreciate the sweet potato slip video. Thank you, and I hope it's working out for you. It's really that easy. Tiny Texas said, David the Good, she loves your channel. I saw you put boiled eggs in one of your tree pots the other day. Can you do that with any kind of tree? Yes, you can. Yes, you can. You bet. One of my viewers hooked me up with your channel. Am now a fan. Rock on. Thank you, my friend. Thank you so much, man. That means the world to me. It really does. Been watching you for years, dude. Years. Thank you. Yes, yeah, David, he know his stuff. He know his stuff. Come on, you can't take it from me. Yes, and that is Berkey's water. Yes, it is. Guava. You see I'm still sipping it. Let me see. Whole new perspective. I'm so excited about learning the graph. I've been buying trees like crazy the last few years. Good. Thank you, Love Notes. You and Homestead Heart are really inspiring. You know what? We're all inspiring in our own certain way. That's why I wanted everybody to get a channel. Because everybody got some skills that they need to be sharing. Listen, family. Some people they really want 100,000 subscribers. They really want that big number. But I'm gonna be honest with you, it's harder to really talk to 100,000 people. And it's hard to answer 200 emails every other day. It's almost impossible. It is impossible if you work full time. I'm going to give you this piece of advice when you getting your channel rolling. And I mean this from my heart. So what you got 2 people watching you? So what you got 4 people watching you? If you got 2 people watching you or 4 people watching you, you talk to those 2 people like you got 2,000 people watching you. You talk to those 4 people like you have 4,000 people watching you. You don't shorten up your information or your skill set or sharing your knowledge just because you only have 2 people. Because let me tell you something. If you don't know multiplication, I can do it for you. 2 people turn into 4. They tell somebody else, that turns into 8. Yada, yada, yada. So don't just be like, well, since I only got 2 people in here, I guess I'll call it a day. Screw you guys. You know, don't do that. Because those 2 people you just insulted. And guess what they're going to do? Now they're going to multiply. The multiplication still happens. Those 2 people are going to go tell 2 more people that you suck. Those 4 people are going to 8K. So then when you finally some kind of way stumble into having 100,000 subscribers, they won't stay around long. 100,000 people are going to think that you suck because the real you shows. Okay? Any more questions? That's right, David the Good. And congratulations to your 100,000, man. Congratulations. That's right. Just be yourself. Be yourself. Dun the Man said, God bless you, live for 9 to 5. That's a hard job. Yes, it is, man. I work 16 hours a day, every day, 12 to 16 hours a day. Then I come and knock out a couple videos. Because if I'm thinking of something, listen, I'm blessed because I have a job that I can be thinking while I'm working. Some people, you got to be in the game, you know, at your job. Me, I get to drive around and think like, that's a beautiful tree. And I get to ask questions, you know, and I get to share that knowledge with you. So real Santa Claus, thank you, Dunham. Thank you. Millie says, my grandmother used to have chickens, ducks, garden, apartment, fire escape, on a fire escape in New York many years ago. Love the gardening and micro farming. Has skipped a generation, but I've been urban farming for 4 years now. Congratulations. That's excellent. Because some people don't think that you can grow anything if you live in a city surrounding. You can. My mother is growing 3 Meyer lemon trees. One of them is the variegated Eureka, which is kind of touchy and temperamental. She's growing that in her apartment. Tomatoes, all of that stuff in cement containers, cement mixers. My mama. So when people tell me it can't be done, I can prove you wrong any day of the week. My mom is 77 years old. So, you know. So, any other questions, you guys? Power or gardening? Thank you, Whole New Perspective. Say you and Lady Leg gave me the courage, the confidence to start my new channel. Amen. Thank you for that. Thank you so much. Because everybody got something to share. Everybody do. At her apartment inside. Wait, at her apartment or inside? You mean on the outside or inside? Both. Both. I can take you over there right now. I just seen my mama last night. Listen, and I'm saying, I always tease her. I say, hey, I want my lemon trees back. She'd be like, no. Watch, I'm gonna do it. She don't know that she ain't watching this video. I'm gonna do it on camera. I'm gonna say, give me my doggone lemon tree back. She gonna say, no, they mine. Guarantee you that. She growing them inside and outside in a 2-bedroom apartment. Can't make this stuff up. With hardly no light. With hardly no light. Now that I think is from her granny magic or something. I don't know. Either that or she poured a little sip every blue moon. I don't know. Leg, can we do a field trip to Mama's? We are going to. We are going to. We really are. But I'm just getting y'all ready before I take you over my mama house and let you see her little garden. Thank you for wearing this channel. I just want you to know my mom ain't, she nuts. You think I'm crazy. My mom. Thank you. Arlene Jackson, just subscribe to David the Good. I suggest everybody go over there and subscribe to that man. Watch what he's doing. He's doing it. He's really doing it. So, right there. I've been skeptical about, it's my mom's birthday this month, right? I'm going to do a video, and listen to me. To each his own, okay? To each his own, but be easy on my mama, because I want to show you something. I'm going to say this before I go. I did a video the other day on Instagram. While I was on my way to work, there was 2 young men pranking an older gentleman. I'm being politically correct. 2 young men pranking an older gentleman. And I kind of intervened. I did a whole video about you better stop pranking people because you don't know who you playing with. There's been many people that have lost their lives recently from playing jokes on people. This is not a time to be playing games with people. Things are tense. Hatred is rising. People are out of work. They don't know where they're going to get food from. They're getting put out of their homes. This is not a time to get views on your platform channel by messing with other people that's already under a lot of pressure. This is not a time to cut somebody off in traffic and give them the finger. This is not the time for that. Okay? Please, please stop that. And if your children are doing it, you need to sit down, whether you think they are or not, which I today am going to speak to my own child about. Don't be doing that. You need to talk to your kid right now. Think about this, family. Remember back in the days when we was all young, where your parent, the biggest problem they had to sit down and talk to you about was either sex or drugs or rock and roll or all of the above? You know, they didn't know how to quite to start the conversation. We got to sit down and tell our kids not to be pranking people for views on the web. Like, how do you start this conversation? Like, yeah, I've been looking at you on the TikToks. It's the TikTok, Dad. It's TikTok. It is not the TikTok. Well, I've been looking at you on the TikToks, and I told you about that. But we don't even know where to start. I don't even know what to call the thing, okay? I put out that video, and then I took a surprise over to my mom's house. I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you why, whether you're a kid doing it or you're a grown person doing it, you should know better. I'm just going to pull up a picture that I just posted today on Instagram. Why we better stop playing jokes on people. And yes, this all is linked up into garden. Everybody say, well, I thought we were talking about gardens. Give me 2 ticks. Because I really want to show you something. Okay. This is me. After I said don't be playing pranks on people, this is me surprising my mother with a gift out of the blue at night. Oh, y'all seen the video? Okay. This is a picture of me surprising my mom with my camera because I want to record her reaction, you know, okay? This is why you better stop that pranking crap. And you're going to understand why they call me Lead Farmer. Why they call my mama Granny Lead. We can't say it too much on platform, but I'm going to tell you why you need to stop pranking people. This wasn't a prank. It was just a surprise. Don't be doing no surprise birthday parties either. Keep them lights on. Don't jump from behind the couch these days. Things is too tense. This is my mama. Okay. Mama is me. Mama is me. Stop playing with people, man. Stop playing with people these days. That was my fault. You know why? Because I slipped through the side door with this gift. The gift is covering me. I got on all my gear from work and my phone in my hand. My phone looks like a weapon. You think I was about to sneak up on that 70-year-old lady and nothing wasn't going to pop off? Mama! She said, boy, I was about to light you up. I was going to light you up. She said, don't do that. What is you doing? Happy birthday? I think. It was happy. It ain't my birthday yet, boy. I know. I was trying to be, I ain't got much time, Ma. I work every day. I'm trying to slip in between the cracks and help you, boy. I almost lit you up. Almost, woo, struck you like lightning. Don't strike people like lightning, Ma. So, that was a still shot of the recording I took. I ain't going to show you the whole thing because there was a lot of cussing and fussing going on. But, okay, stop playing with people. These surprise parties and pranks, stop. Right. She said, boy, you better call first. What you not call me for? What you slipping through my side window for? Mama, it was a surprise. You almost got the surprise. I almost gave you a surprise. So, now is not the time to be sneaking up on old folks or anybody else for that matter with pranks. That was my public service announcement off the subject. I had to get that out because people are losing their lives playing with grown folks. Okay? So if you have not thought about the pranking situation, I hate to say it, but it's like an epidemic. That pranking crap, you're going to prank the wrong person, and it's going to be a whole bunch of singing and casket bringing if y'all don't stop that nonsense. The only reason I'm bringing it up because, yeah, it's that serious. And the day after I say the whole pranking video and then I turn around and surprise my mama, boom, that's what you get. Thank you, David the Good. That's right. That's right. I'm going to let her know, too, man. He said, ammo for mommy, ammo money for Granny Leg. Amen to that. Thank you, man. Thank you, brother. Thank you. But I'm trying to show you how serious this is. You think I'm going to show you a sweeter picture of her, okay? She's a sweet little lady. I want to cut that part off. No, she's a little too gangster right there too. But you get the message, right? You get it. Yeah, we get the message. Sweet woman. But she ain't playing with you. You understand? I told you, this is the lady that saved my life, teaching me how to garden and stay out of that gang life when I was a kid. I'm alive today because she taught me how to grow food. Can you believe that? Can you believe that? If not, go check that video out. My mama saved my life by teaching me how to garden and grow food. Because every time I wanted to run with my buddy, she would say, come help me pick these weeds. Help me plant these tomatoes. Come here, come here. Hey, Mom, I'm about to go to the mall with the boys. With who? Buno and Pookie and Doc. Nope. Yeah, tell them to wait for you and come help me plant these seeds real quick. Once we done cleaning the weeds out this garden, you can go wherever you want to. By the time we was done pulling weeds and planting seeds, they was gone. It was dark. It was dinner time. Then she said, come on in the house, get cleaned up. Get ready to get a plate. Gangster. She was keeping me out the streets and giving me knowledge all at the same time, and I never even knew. I used to be angry about that. Why you keep me out here all day, Ma? Who you talking to? She hit me with, who are you talking to? None. Go knock them dishes out, too. So, I want to let you guys know I'm running all kind of experiments on all of this equipment for you. And I got a video coming out that's going to blow your mind. I did find out something that you're going to want to know. Let me see. Anyone in the Houston area recommend a place for a woman to go about carrying like Mama led? Oh, in Houston. You want to look around. Thank you, 2%. So I'm adding to Mama Led's ammo toe. I'm glad she don't need nothing because she was about to pump me full of hot ones. No, don't be surprising folks these days, people. Okay? Things is tense. We're going to graft. So I need everybody. Cut a branch about this big. It's going to help you be able to work with it. Cut that branch just like that. And bring it in the house. Put it in the refrigerator. Make sure the tree is alive. A live branch, okay? Alive. When we do that, I might even do it today. I might even do it today because I really need to get this done. You guys want to do this today or tomorrow? Because I don't know how long the weather going to hold out here. because I really need to get it done. Let's do it today. I have that broke off today. Okay, so this is what we're gonna do. Never Gina Wild is not legal. I found out that's not legal. I can't do it. Let me see. Thea McGee Jr. Thank you so much, Thea. I appreciate you. Okay. Tomorrow Liz should be the branch. How long? Just say 12 inches. Just say 12 inches, just to keep it all together. That way and cut several, so you have different pieces to practice with. Cut you about 5 pieces that's about 12 inches long, because you may not get it in the first try. Sammy Joe, she has lived long enough. I'm sure she has seen a lot. She is not someone that's waiting for someone to come save her. Yeah, of course, never. My dad was never worried. Like, I'm not worried about Lady Leg. Not worried about her when I'm not there. Everybody be like, man, you need to control your wife and have this, and she need to be doing. Nah, my wife don't need no help. I'm the man of my castle, king of my castle, but I'm not afraid for my wife to be on her own at all. Matter of fact, I pray for the person that tries her. Yes, Dun man. Most definitely. Most definitely. They're all strong like that. And I wouldn't have it any other way. And I'm going to say this. I'm going to say this. You got to understand something. Whether you want, and for all the people to think that your woman's supposed to be behind you, my woman stands beside me. My woman walks alongside with me. You understand? I wouldn't want to be the ruler and have my woman behind me. My woman is right here next to me. And if you look back in history, real history, which they don't talk about very much, there was a lot of women warriors, real true. I ain't talking about no fake stuff. Real true women warriors that helped win a lot of major wars and major situations and major accomplishments. And some of history tried to erase some of that. Now let's get real funky. Keep it real. Don't lie to yourself to make yourself feel better or make yourself feel like a better person. You got to be for real with yourself. I listened to these stories, documentaries on this one channel. Thank you, Chan Robinson. That was for Mama Led. My mom was the same way. Pop the top. Okay? Honestly, I listened to these stories, and I give the channel. There was a lot of Native American women where everybody thought that, the Native American man was the one. You'll be surprised how many Native American women led their war parties into war to keep things from happening and won. We can go all around the world with that, from Europe, Egypt, Africa. We can do that all day. So I never, it's so many brothers that came at me like, you let your woman talk too much. I've had those emails. That's why I don't talk about them very much. Or you let your woman this, you let your woman. I don't let my woman do nothing. She is my queen. See, that's to me the real definition is your queen. Now I'm gonna tell you something else. And I know I'm getting off to this subject because I read a couple emails last night that kind of infuriated me. I'm not gonna get infuriated, but I'm gonna talk about it real quick. Let me tell you something. Some of the greatest minds in the world that are men. Some of the greatest minds in the world that are men. You don't think their wives wasn't whispering in their ear, telling, baby, that's not a good idea. You want to go to the council. You want to talk to the council about what the council think. But sometime that sweet whisper in your ear like, don't do that. You going to start a war. Give it a few more days. Women by nature is way more patient than we is, fellas. You got to be for real with yourself. Be for real. Come on, don't lie to yourself to make you bigger than what you are. They more patient than we is. We react. We react. We destroy. That's what we do. That's built in us. They like to think. They sit and they think. They sit and they ponder. They sit and they think. We like, let's go. It's time to go. It's go time. Then she the one over there like, you sure that's what he called you? Because it kind of sounds like this to me. Yeah, I guess that do kind of sound similar. But if he did, yeah, but what if he didn't? Baby, what if he didn't? He don't look like he meant anything by it. He's still over there smiling and waving at you. He just bought you a beer. You sure that's what he called you? I don't know. She make you think. You ready to go crash somebody's head in because you think they called you something wrong. And she said, you sure he didn't call you Trigger? Why would he call me Trigger? Well, I was trying to tell you to pull your shirt down because you're printing. However you want to take that. Oh, okay. Maybe he's telling you that your girdle is showing. And anybody that carry tools understand what I'm showing. When another man walk up to you and say, hey, your girdle's showing, you know what he mean when he say that. You're printing. And if you don't know what printing is, you might want to go do a little research. So if he called you Trigger, maybe that's his way of saying, your girdle is showing. That's another way of saying, hey, you better put that away before somebody sees it and calls the cops. He just looked at you across the room and did it. He didn't do this one. Okay. Listen to your queen, kings. Queens, listen to your kings. That's it. All right. I guess we're going to do this grafting tonight. And what time is it? 12:30. We're going to do some grafting today around 3 because I don't want it to be dark. Leia, what kind of chickens do you have? How is their egg production right now? I got plenty of egg production, as you can see, still storing away eggs. Plenty of egg production. And I have Rhode Island Reds, black Australorps, not black Australorps, I forget the name of them. I hate black Australorps. They eat their own eggs. I don't know, but the egg production is great. Couple of leghorns, and a lot of them that we hatched out and raised ourselves, so you know they all mixed up. How you doing? For me to see you. That artistic kitchen, yes. That's okay, Arlene Jackson. I'm about to get off too. Native making meal. Sometimes hold counsel with women before going to war. Yeah. You know why they held counsel with women? Because, like I said, you ready to go get it, and maybe sometimes you can avoid a war. This woman right here done avoided. Man, I'll probably either be dead or in jail. I ain't even gonna go there, but that woman this woman right here, my wife, I would probably be dead or in jail if it wasn't for her. Cause this is go time. Yes, I'm not gonna come right back on. I'm gonna come on at 3 o'clock so we can. It's gonna be quick because what I'm gonna do. Okay, I'm gonna come right back on. Right after this video go off, I'm gonna come right back on. Let me go cut some branches and I'm gonna show you something because we're going outside to do some major surgery. Okay, we're gonna do some major surgery. So if you are interested in grafting and you want to know how to do this to put other kinds of trees onto your existing tree without having to buy a whole tree, come right back. I'm gonna run out here and I'm gonna go get some tools and I'm gonna put some clothes on, because after I show you, I'm going to graft, you're going to see a horror show. I'm going to graft a tree live right here. Now that I got this good Wi-Fi, y'all be able to come with me. All right. So all my ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. And again, before I leave this video, I'm going to say it one more time. Thank you so much to all of our neighbors that stayed prepared to help us through these rough times. We have our first responders and we have our first responders. Okay? All first responders don't have on a uniform. It might be your neighbor. So, your neighbor Willie. So let's all be Willie and be ready for whatever else comes next, because you know it's not going to stop. Be ready for whatever life is about to throw at us next. If you do not get yourself together and be ready for the weather and be ready for the climate changes and everything going on, you're doing yourself a disservice. Okay? You may be the one stuck up on top of a rooftop waiting for the helicopter to come down and get you. That's it. Lead Farmer 73. Thank you so much, everybody. I love you, and I'm out. Led, did you see my question regarding the size of nails used on B-frames? I used 18 gauge, 1.5 inch nails. I can show you right here. I can show you better than I can tell you, because I'm actually truly building them right now. I kid you not. That's what I was doing this morning before I started messing around with before I started messing around with my solar panels and stuff. I can show you. 18 gauge. That's about 1.25 inches, 1.5 inches brad nail. Can you see that? Make that out? I'm gonna show you what one looks like. It literally looks like a needle that you sew with. Well, it won't break, but that's what it looks like. Each one of those lines is a single nail, okay? So I hope that helps. So remember, 18 gauge, 1.5 inch, and I'm popping all the frames together quick, fast, and in a hurry. All right? Thank you so much for watching, you guys. I'm going to get out of here and leave y'all alone. But I'm about to go get my clothes on, get ready, and I'm going to go live again, and I'm going to show you how we're going to graft, because we're going to actually put that in full effect. Real time, real true grafting onto a tree today. All right? So, Lead Farmer 73, I love you, and I am out. David the Good. Got you.